All right, just another update. Uh, just want to show what all I got done so far. Some of the stuff I'm gonna do gonna be not necessary, but I just want to be able to teach myself because I haven't done too much work to the 3800 before. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the plenum and the lower intake up, pull the valve covers just to kind of look and investigate, see what really happened. Because the car was running fine, got an oil change. A week later, I heard like a small ticking noise, but I just assumed it was kind of cold. I haven't drove, I was just going back and forth from work, and I heard it, and I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe the oil low, maybe it's burning oil. I don't know. Let me check it. But I was like, all right, I gotta go to work though, so I go to work. I pay attention to it the whole time. Don't hear the ticking. Leave work. Don't hear the ticking. So that next day, I said, I'm gonna check the oil. Let me figure out if it's low on oil. I ended up sleeping in because I was working third shift, so I never really got the time to actually check anything out. So I hops back in the car, don't hear no ticking. Go to work. That morning when it was time to leave work, that's when it started knocking. There was no tick, it was just a knocking noise. And I barely made it home, which is like a 15-minute drive because the knocking just got louder and louder and louder. But that's basically why the car been sitting and I ain't did nothing with it. That pretty much canceled all the plans that I had at that moment. And I just started focusing on my charger. So with the new motor I'm gonna end up doing the valve covers, the lower and the upper intakes, gaskets. I'm gonna change out the bypass elbows because I'm sure it's not gonna have the good ones on there. And other than that, I just want to familiarize myself with all the work, so when it's time to do the new motor. But anyway, shout out to my boy. I don't want to say your name wrong. I think it's the demo. The demo. I'll find your name. I'll put it in the description or something. But yeah, I was paying attention to your videos, and I see that you do a lot of work on your own. So I've been just doing research and whatnot. But so far, I got most of the wire harness undid. Got the radiator hose off. I'm probably gonna go ahead and replace those. I had this car for about 4 or 5 years, so I'm sure some of the stuff needs to be replaced. I already got new plugs and wires, and a coil pack, so I just took all that stuff off. That was stuff that I did before, so I just ended up taking all that stuff off. Alternator off. I know I got to take the AC pump off. I got to get the power steering pump off. I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting nothing. Yeah, I did replace these before, so I probably can take those off and put them on a new motor. But they so cheap, I might as well buy some new ones. Some of the wires going to the back, I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't got under the car and looked at nothing. I know I got to disconnect the starter. I didn't want to pull the transmission out because I've never pulled a transmission out in a front wheel drive car. A lot of this stuff is going to be new to me, and I just don't want to get too ahead of myself. So I'm trying to just pull the motor up, leave the transmission here. So if anybody got any tips on that, my man, the demo, he told me that it's easier to pull the motor and the transmission together. But if I don't have to do that, I want to not have to do that because I don't want to mess with the axles and the tie rods and all that. I got to disconnect these fuel rails, I know. I want to get most of this wiring harness out the way. The other thing that I might need some help and advice on is undoing this exhaust. Like what's the best way? What's the best method? Am I removing it from here? Am I removing it from the back? You know, somebody just, if you're watching, just let me know. But anyway, that's all this video was about. It's just the progressing, getting this motor out, and just me kind of asking if anybody got some advice, some tips that they can give me. All right.